I have known Justin for a very, very long time. I always do like to tell the story that when Justin first moved into Southern California, and I've told him this too, I was worried because to me, Justin was, the enemy. He was the guy from the East Coast because West Coast had always dominated fighting games, all the time. Like for the longest of time, West Coast was stronger than East Coast. Justin was kind of the first player to really start to challenge that. He really was legit, like, better than most of the West Coast, or than maybe all of the West Coast players and such. And so, we knew him from MVC2 and all the interactions I've had with Justin up to that point, and just seeing videos and stuff is like, man, Justin is just this like cocky, like super trash talking, braggadocious, annoying kid, right? I was just like, oh, I don't like this Justin kid. But the truth of the matter is, if you're on East Coast and you play MVC2, if you do not have that bravado, you will be swallowed up. You have to have that mentality in order to survive East Coast MVC2. I had a room I wanted to rent. It was Gutex, actually, who said, hey, Justin's moving out. Why don't you talk to him? And I was like, Justin? But I agreed to talk to him about it, and when he came out for a West Coast tournament, we took a little break when he had some time, and we drove to my home, and him and his former girlfriend, were there, and they looked at the room I had to offer, and I was like, so this room is really small, just warning you right now. And his ex was like, this room is like the closet. I have a little tiny walk-in closet in that room. And she was like, there's more floor space in this closet than Justin's room right now. And I was like, New York, there's like no walking space in a lot of those rooms, right? And so Justin eventually, he was like, yeah, let's do it. Moved out. And me and Justin, Justin lived with me for a while, although in a room that was separated from the main unit, so that way he could have his privacy, et cetera, et cetera. But, as it turned out, while he lived here, I found out little by little that Justin was like, he's just the most wholesome person ever. I know you guys all just came from his stream, and I know he probably trolled a bunch of people and did a lot of evil things in fighting games, and he puts the fun and refund and all that jazz. But I'll tell you right now, he is such a good kid. He is a very wholesome person. I still call him kid. That's just me. When I got to know him, we actually became like pretty decent friends, and I really admired him afterwards. Like, he just wanted to have a family and all these things like that. And I was just like, Justin's awesome. And seriously, like, the more I've gotten to know him, the more you realize just how wholesome of a person he is, which is why it always makes me sad when people are like, Justin's a shill, Justin, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I'm like, bro, you hang out with Justin for just a little bit and you realize that he really actually genuinely likes everything. He's a fan of everything, dude. So it was really cool to get to know him, and I was really happy to have had that interaction because, like I said, I think Justin's a wonderful person, and I'm sure all of you guys know this. You guys just came from his stream and such, but yeah, I was always glad that, that situation happened because I feel better off for it. I hope he feels better off having lived with me for a while. So, that's kind of the way it works. So that's my history with Justin in a small little anecdote.